How did you retain your resilience? How did you get up and just say, each day, say, I'm going to embrace the suck of the day. I know it's going to be bad, but what fueled you to keep you going? And what tips maybe could that impart to those listening, like leaders on the call here?
I think that the students, not singling myself out, but the students that are most successful in SEAL training do two things simultaneously very well. And we've studied these things because to bring it back to human resources, with a 90% failure rate per class, 6 classes a year, we have what one might consider a significant talent acquisition challenge. So we're always trying to identify better talent to put in the top of that funnel. And so we've obviously done a lot of research on the mental, emotional, cognitive, and physical attributes of students more likely to successfully navigate that training pipeline, especially those early weeks and months where we're weeding students out. And one of the things that we found is students that are successful can do two things simultaneously. There's almost kind of an interesting dichotomy there. One is they have and maintain a deep emotional connection to the mission and purpose of our organization. They're not there because they want to be in the military. They're there because they want to be a naval special warfare operator, a Navy SEAL, period, full stop. That's it. Some of them have wanted that since they were in 7th or 8th grade. I've mentored some of those folks, and it's fascinating. And then some kind of made more of a decision. Like one of my mentees did exactly what I did. He was in finance for a year and then decided to join the program, trained, and was successful. And so they knew first they do that. They're able to maintain that long term because this is it's a long training pipeline, and like you said, one of the hardest in the world, and physically, emotionally, and there's the academic element. You got to make the grade too. So you're being physically and emotionally tortured, but you also have homework and tests to study for. It's like the worst grad school program you could ever imagine in your entire life, and a long one at that. And so you have just like in any organization, you want any team member, especially a leader, to have an emotional connectivity to the mission and purpose. They believe in it wholeheartedly, authentically. They're fully engaged, and they don't just want to be a part of NSW. They need to be a part of Naval Special Warfare. Then in the moment, they also simultaneously, while maintaining that long-term emotional connectivity to the end goal, which is becoming a SEAL and being an operator, far down the line, in those early days, you cannot see light at the end of the tunnel. There's no glimmer. There's no glimmer of hope, and hope is not a strategy. But in the moment, they don't just shrug and say, well, this is probably going to suck really bad. They lean fully in to the pain and suffering, almost to the point, like I was saying before, from a stoicism standpoint, they want it to be worse than it truly is. Just like David said in the forward of the book, where he told actually one of my mentees that I just mentioned, that was a text message to Charlie, who lost his mother to a brain aneurysm a week before he checked into butts. I was like, please send him a text. I didn't know if he would even respond. He sent this long text basically with that philosophy in mind, is don't just accept it. Pray for it to be the worst hell week of any class ever. Pray for it to be colder. Pray for it to rain every single day, 24/7. Pray for people around you to be quitting and miserable, but you're the one standing tall. So kind of that mindset of knowing it's going to be bad, but hope for it to be even worse, then maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised, to kind of put a little twist on it. But basically, they lean into the pain and suffering, most importantly, because they know it is a critical part of their developmental journey. It is a must. It's an imperative. Every SEAL has been through that same journey. Therefore, they must go through that same journey as well. So it's not just being accepting of it or trying to do the bare minimum to get through. We have a term called the gray man in Bud's classes, where they kind of hide in the middle. They don't want to overperform and be noticed. They don't want to underperform and be noticed. That strategy never works, by the way. Instructors are looking at everybody. But those two things simultaneously, long-term emotional connectivity to the vision and goal, while in the moment, they are leaning into the pain and suffering every single second, every hour, every day as part of their journey. They're not shying away from it.